Good afternoon and welcome to NYSE TV Live. I'm Trinity Chavez, joining you from the global epicenter of financial markets. Today, Guardian Pharmacy will celebrate its recent IPO by ringing the closing bell and concluding U.S. equity trading for the day. And while the company, which trades under the ticker symbol GRDN, enters the spotlight, there's plenty of action taking place inside this iconic institution, with less than 30 minutes away until the end of today's trading session. Here's what else is on tap. The NYSE Tech Summit, an event my colleague Kristen Scholler is emceeing, has been taking place here all day today. We're going to take a closer look at some of the biggest storylines expected to come out of the event, and we'll also give you exclusive coverage of Guardian Pharmacy's CEO, Fred Burke's executive remarks from Freedom Hall before he and his team make their way down to the NYSE trading floor to sign the distinguished guest book. And prior to ringing the closing bell, Burke and CFO David Morris will also join me on the show to discuss why the company decided that now was the right time to go public and join the NYSE listed community of over 2,400 listed companies. Now, the New York Stock Exchange also hosts a wide range of events over the course of a year. In fact, more than 3,000 take place here. The NYSE Tech Summit is taking place today. It's a strategic gathering to collaborate on solving enterprise-level challenges. Chief information officers, chief technology officers, and other C-level executives from NYSE-listed companies are also on hand for the event, with notable startup CEOs and venture capitalists also joining in on the fun. Now, the NYSE Tech Summit, centered around strategic gathering to collaborate on solving enterprise-level challenges, involves a full day of learning, networking, and collaboration among leaders driving tech innovation and shaping the future of business on a global scale. Now, earlier I spoke with Bonnie Hun. She is the head of U.S. capital markets for the New York Stock Exchange, about some of the biggest storylines for this year's event. Let's take a look.
Amazing to kind of see how this Tech Summit has evolved since 2017 when we first did it. And the reason why we decided to put it together was really to bring together this next generation of technology leaders that are now part of our NYSE community, such as Snowflake, ServiceNow, SentinelOne. And so really to think about sort of what is top of mind. There's so many things. I would say that, by far the reason why we have such a great showing of companies coming here is because every company is a tech company. And as this is an amazing place, it all really happens here.
And talk to me about how events like this can shape the broader tech sector.
Sure. So as we know, tech is so ever evolving so fast, and being from the Bay Area and being in sort of one of the hyper aspect of tech, it's really great to make sure that we are able to share all that amongst that community. And when I say that community, I mean, as you mentioned in your beginning, it's not only just our listed companies, but these startups that are really trying to innovate and disrupt and change the ways that we work, we live, we learn.
Can you give us a little bit of a preview and to our viewers as to what we can expect at this year's Tech Summit? Who are some of the keynote speakers? Who are some of the attendees? What are the discussions going to be focused around, and what will be discussed during the panels?
Sure. So that's a lot of questions there.
It was a loaded question.
But I think honestly, we were hoping to, and we have about 150 people coming, and it's really, as you mentioned, the C-level technology executives who really care about productivity, who really care about how do we make sure that we're building the next right stack to help operationalize and make our businesses better, help our salespeople generate more revenue, anything like this, right? And so I think it is really sort of an amazing folks from Oracle, from ServiceNow, from Accenture, but also combining, as I mentioned, some of these amazing startups that are also changing things, such as corporate travel with Navan, such as how we think about the most important things around cyber with Sneak. And so again, those kind of conversations I think are really happening, not just at the summit today, but it really started actually last night when we had a trading floor reception for, and had people be able to mingle and collaborate and have those conversations.
And these conversations are so essential to how businesses do business. And it's happening here at the New York Stock Exchange, especially as we're seeing the rapid development of AI technologies being implemented into business models across various sectors, right? So it's so important that we are also at the forefront of these conversations. But talk to me more about what emerging trends you see coming up the pipeline for the rest of 2024, maybe even 2025, and if any excite you specifically.
Yeah, and you're spot on there, Trinity. I think, not only is that, we convene amazing people around tech and that every single company is tech, we're also a technology company, right? So again, when we think about how we've digitized the way that, equities are traded, the way that we're doing it in mortgage technology, all those things make us such a great place to have these types of conversations. But I go back to, just like it started, I think probably in 2023, it's AI, AI, AI. So it's no longer just about LLMs, but really sort of how does that really get implemented into large organizations, right? Like the financial services industries, like the healthcare industries. And so you think about and a lot of conversations around the use cases, around deployment, about the challenges. I think all those things, because AI is the biggest wave I've seen in a really long time. And people are so excited. And also having the VCs come in and really talk about what they're seeing in terms of these companies that are being formed and raising so much money to really kind of see see how we can leverage GPT or leverage Anthropic or any of those guys to really, again, propel their business forward.
And coming up, we're going to take you inside Freedom Hall for exclusive coverage of Guardian Pharmacy CEO Fred Burke's executive remarks. Don't go anywhere.
Joining me today on NYSE Floor Talk is Daniel Haas. He is the CEO at America Movil. Daniel, it's fantastic to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me here.
So you're at the New York Stock Exchange. You held an investor day here today. So give me some highlights from your investor day.
Thank you, Judy. We're very happy. We talk a little bit about what's America Mobile. We are 380 million customers in America Mobile. We are in 22 countries. We are in Mexico, Latin America, Central and Eastern Europe. And we talk a little bit about the guidance that we do in 2021. In October, we were the last time that we were here, and we outperformed that guidance. And we think that for the next 2-3 years, we're going to do also very good in America Mobile.
So, Daniel, you mentioned that you have 380 million clients. That is quite a large client base. So tell me, what can you do to benefit from having such a large client base?
Well, we have 380 million. It's a lot of subscribers, and we can benefit by selling them more services. We have residential customers, small and medium enterprises, and corporate customers. So in the residentials, we want to make them use more the service, and we want to sell them more services. And in the small, medium, and the corporate, we want to give them cloud. We want to manage their services, and with a lot of partners that we have, give them and sell them.
Welcome back to NYSE TV Live. I'm Trinity Chavez, and Guardian Pharmacy says that its vision is to be the nation's leading long-term care pharmacy services provider with a passionate and diverse team committed to making a positive impact in the lives of those we serve. Here's what else is a few things that you should know about this company. Guardian Pharmacy was founded in 2004, began traded at the NYSE on September 26th under the ticker symbol GRDN, and the company promotes health and wellness for older adults and individuals with complicated care needs, while also looking to alleviate the burden for caregivers and offer an engaging workplace for pharmacy professionals. And over the course of its 20-year history, the company has grown its footprint to cover the majority of the U.S. In total, the company has 50 pharmacies across 36 states. It also boasts 6,700 long-term health, including including assisted living, skilled nursing, and behavioral health facilities. And we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But first, we're going to go to that exclusive coverage in Freedom Hall. We'll be back in just a moment.
2 minutes, as you all know, that is not. It truly is my honor and privilege to be standing before you, the leadership of this company. You've built it, and it's been my pleasure to serve. Thank you very much for being here, for doing this, and for us to celebrate this together. I would be remiss were I not to remind us that several of our colleagues are not here with us today as they're preparing for Hurricane Milton, I believe its name is, barreling down on Tampa. I hope their emergency preparedness plans are already in place and that they're now able to turn to their own families as they brace for the onslaught. I ask that we all keep them in our thoughts and prayers. We also have, I think, one of the most exciting aspects is this is being streamed to all of our pharmacies and the over 3,000 teammates that are at work right now this minute executing on our culture of service to take care of these frail and elderly residents that need us so much. So take a break, teammates in the pharmacies. Walk with us vicariously through the live stream and enjoy this moment, this as we move to a new chapter in our life. This is not the end. This is just the beginning of newer and greater things. So let's all go down together and enjoy the ringing of the bell on the floor of the stock exchange. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chris and team, Johanna, Tom. You've been great. Wonderful day. It's been very, very uplifting to be down there on the floor of the exchange, and I know everyone's really going to enjoy it. Thank you.
So I'd love to call your co-founders up to the stage as well. So David Morris and Kendall Forbes, come on up, please.
And we're going to be catching up with him along with the executive team in just a few moments when they head down to the trading floor and close out the U.S. equity markets. And right now it looks like the market is fractionally higher. The Dow is up about 100 points and the S&P 500 is up about 1%. But again, we're going to give you the play-by-play when we get on the trading floor in just a few moments. But switching gears a little bit, the exchange recently celebrated a notable birthday, its own. The NYSE turned 232 years old and has grown to include over 2,400 listed companies, accounting for roughly $40 trillion in total market cap. But there's much more to the exchange than just its listed companies. NYSE curator Anna Mello is taking a closer look at the exchange's history. Let's take a look.
This year, the New York Stock Exchange is celebrating our 232nd anniversary on May 17th. The history of the exchange has always been a history of technological disruption. As capital is raised, shares are traded, and information is disseminated with the public, it is always using the most advanced technology of the time for over 2 centuries. When the New York Stock Exchange was founded in 1792, trading looked far different than it does today. We operated as a call market, which looked a lot like an auction. The president of the exchange would stand at the front of a room and he would call the name of individual securities to be traded in increments of 5 minutes each. Asking price, actual price, and final price were all recorded in a quotation book just like this one, dating from 1819. The stock ticker, the first market-specific invention and arguably the technology most closely associated with the markets, was introduced to the New York Stock Exchange in 1867. Up until the 1990s, when traders adopted the internet, stock tickers provided vital market information to businesses and news organizations. A stock ticker is essentially a specialized telegraph that prints an alphanumeric symbol onto a piece of ticker tape, alongside the current price of a company's stock. This particular example is one of the earliest stock tickers used at the New York Stock Exchange, dating from 1880. It was able to print 250 characters a minute. The New York Stock Exchange nickname of the Big Board derives from our original broker paging system, the Annunciator Board, installed in this building in 1903. Each of these Annunciator numbers was painted with an individual member's broker number and arranged on either side of the trading floor in racks 800 square feet each. With the press of a button, one of these flaps could be flipped over, alerting a broker on the floor to the fact that he had an order waiting with his clerk. These were eventually replaced by an electronic paging system. The original high-speed data network of the New York Stock Exchange was installed in our current building in 1903, a pneumatic tube system that sent trade tickets all around the exchange. Executed trades were written or typed out onto a slip of paper and then inserted into this tube called a widget. The widget was then placed inside one of these terminals, each labeled with its destination, and then a puff of compressed air from the compressor down in the basement would send it off to its destination in 15 seconds every time. By 1979, the information age was fully underway, and in order to remain cutting edge and relevant, the New York Stock Exchange had to innovate itself. From 1979 to 1981, on the floor of the exchange, over 15,000 pounds of cathode ray tube television and computer screens were installed, all supported by our superstructure. During the renovation, not a single day of trading was lost. All of the construction went on behind the scenes, and new trading posts were installed over the weekends. Innovations and advancements in technology such as this allowed the New York Stock Exchange to achieve a market cap of over $1 trillion by 1980. Handheld touchscreen computers have been used on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange since the mid-1990s. This Epson handheld computer from 1997 ran the card reader replacement tool, which allowed staff reporters on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange to report outcry trades on the tape. Advancements in technology and increases in computing power such as this facilitated the New York Stock Exchange to achieving our first 1 billion shares day on October 28, 1997. Brokers and designated market makers on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange utilize an advanced high-speed data network and state-of-the-art technology to execute over 1 billion shares a day. Our new integrated trading technology platform, NYSE Pillar, was completed in 2023 and allows member firms to connect to all NYSE equities and options markets. Pillar improves efficiency while reducing complexity, while enhancing consistency and performance for all of our customers. What will the future hold? We are excited to see what's coming over the next 200-odd years as technology marches forever onwards and upwards.
Welcome back to NYSE TV Live. I'm Trinity Chavez, and we're just a few moments away from closing out the U.S. equity markets with the whole team at Guardian Pharmacy. They are making their way down to the trading floor, and we're going to catch up with them in just a few moments. But again, for those of you who are just tuning in, Guardian Pharmacy is really making waves in the rapidly growing long-term care market, providing essential medication services to nursing homes and senior care facilities across the country. Right now, we're getting images of that executive team making their way under the Bell podium, where they are going to sign the distinguished guest book right before ringing the closing bell. And again, Guardian Pharmacy, with an aging population driving demand, Guardian has really expanded nationwide using a unique local partnership model to stay personalized while also scaling up. They're also leveraging cutting-edge technology to streamline medication management, which makes them stand out in a highly fragmented industry as long-term care needs continue to grow around the country and around the world, for that matter. Now, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'll meet you on the trading floor and we'll speak to the executive team. Don't go anywhere.
Joining me today on NYSE Floor Talk is Tim Henschel. He is the co-founder and CEO at Hotel Planner. Tim, fantastic to have you here. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you. Now, I want to start off by talking about Hotel Planner. Tell me about the company.
So Hotel Planner has been around for 21 years. I started the company by patenting group hotel booking technology, and we'll do over $1.5 billion in group hotel reservations globally this year.
Now, in the past year, you made 3 strategic brand acquisitions, which included Lucid Travel, Event Squid, and Cleverness. Tell me, how do they fit into your overall growth strategy and future plans?
Well, we're making a big push into being the official accommodation partner for all the major trade shows worldwide. We're about at 250. In the next couple of years, we hope to be at the top 1,000 trade shows, be the official accommodation media partner and registration, and that's where those companies come in that we acquired. Clevertis is trade show media, and Event Squid is registration.
Now, do you have any predictions for how the travel and hospitality industry will evolve in the coming years?
I think AI is going to play a big role in that. I don't think it's there quite yet. I would hope that it should combine with some technology that will allow people to speak with AI more like a human. I think right now it's too chat bot centric. And then at that point, when your AI is very personalized to you, I think that it'll be making travel recommendations that people will actually convert in terms of a transactional right now.
Now it looks like the executive team is right underneath the Bell podium, signing their name in the Distinguished Guest Book alongside the leaders, the entrepreneurs, the celebrities, who have etched their name in this book as well over the years. We have so many people who have signed this book. We have to switch it out from time to time, but again, this is just right before they go up to the Bell podium to close out the U.S. equity markets. They're alongside Chris Taylor right there, who is head for global listings here at the New York Stock Exchange, who also spoke in Freedom Hall. And again, I want to point out that Guardian Pharmacy was founded in 2004, and it's also one of the largest long-term care pharmacy providers in the U.S. They have a decentralized business model. They also partner with local pharmacy operators, giving them operational autonomy while providing national support for resources like purchasing, compliance, and technology. Guardian, as I mentioned earlier, operates over 30 locations across the U.S., serving more than 100,000 residents in assisted living and nursing facilities. They also are very forward-thinking when it comes to their tech-driven solutions, using advanced medication management systems to improve accuracy, reduce errors, and ensure regulatory compliance. And now I'm going to speak to Chris Taylor, who I was talking about just moments ago.
My ears were ringing.
Your ears were ringing. We were just giving them the play-by-play, all of our viewers watching, of you alongside the executive team signing the Distinguished Guest Book. But let's talk about Guardian Pharmacy here at the New York Stock Exchange. What do you think that this is doing for the overall, the broader healthcare system, having them here, you know, celebrating their listing with the New York Stock Exchange?
We love every IPO. We really, we want to champion the public markets. This is a company that's been private for 2 decades. It's so great that they saw the advantages of being in the public markets to raise capital to expand their business. So not only on the healthcare side, just overall for the public markets. Look, we have a really healthy market right now, hitting record highs. We want companies to come public to access capital so they can grow their businesses, grow the economy. So we're super happy about that.
And I know that you have a bell to ring. The bell waits for no one.
Absolutely.
So thanks I'll catch up with you later. Now I am going to bring in Fred Burke. He is the CEO and president of Guardian Pharmacy. Fred, it's great to have you here. How are you feeling right now in this moment?
Feeling wonderful. It's really exciting. Yes.
Tell me what's so exciting? Why does it stand out? You being here at the New York Stock Exchange, celebrating this milestone, having dozens of your friends, colleagues, here for this event.
It's these people who brought us here. This is our management team that's led this company from its outset 20 years ago to today, and it's so wonderful to be here with them.
And quickly, I know you have the bell to ring, so why was now the right time to IPO?
Well, we've got a wonderful market opportunity. We're the leading pharmacy serving our particular target market, which is assisted living, but there's so much more to go. And this affords us that opportunity to take advantage of that opportunity. It gives us the capital that we need to continue to improve our products and services, and it's all about the people.
It's all about the people. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to bring in your CFO now. Thank you so much.
Come on.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Now, again, this is David Morris. He is the EVP and CFO of Guardian Pharmacy, and you are celebrating this huge milestone, IPOing with the New York Stock Exchange. Exchange. Talk to me if your strategic financial strategy is changing now that you have accessed the public market.
I think it just enhances what we're doing. We're going to keep, managing our capital very efficiently. We have very low debt ratio, and it'll help boost us to continue to grow like we've been growing.
And we are having a very steady market right now. We have a lot of green on the screen. Talk to me about what your goals are for the next 6 to 12 months.
I think we're going to continue to grow organically. We've got a huge, pipeline that we're working from an M&A standpoint, and keep just executing like we have been the past 10 years.
Amazing. Last question here. Now, why do you think that this company would be an attractive investment for investors?
I think we've got a great record of growth. We manage capital very effectively, and we have very little debt. We're going to keep growing very efficiently, so we think it's a great investment.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dave. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. All right, now we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to be speaking with more executives from the team. We'll be right back. Joining me now is Johanna Grossman. She is the head of healthcare and life sciences for capital markets here at the New York Stock Exchange. It's so great to have you on the show.
So happy to be here.
Can you take us through all the steps that it takes to really sustain and harness these relationships that you have with our NYSE listed community while taking them to IPO?
Yeah, well, with Guardian specifically, it's been over a 3-year process. So it's been a long journey, but we're here today and celebrating this fantastic milestone. Guardian is up, from what I can see, so we're excited going into the closing bell. But the way that I work with Guardian isn't much different than the way that I work with all of our listed or prospective companies. Really kind of helping them understand all the benefits of being listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Everything from helping them with board advisory, with sustainability advisory, with index advisory, and other events and opportunities that we can provide companies that are listed here.
This is just one of the many companies that are listed here at the New York Stock Exchange in the overall healthcare sector. But talk to me about how this company's IPO is really bolstering the messaging sent throughout the community.
Yeah, well, it's all about post-market trading, and they're doing a fantastic opportunity. They've done a fantastic job of that, and so we're excited to see that. We've welcomed several healthcare IPOs this year, from Ardent to Concentra to Pax and Auna, just to name a few. So we're super excited to have Guardian Pharmacy join our community of listed companies, and also their post-market performance.
And we have about 60 seconds left here, but I do want to share with our viewers about all the work that you put in and your team put in with hosting some of the events here for the companies that you have long-standing relationships with. Talk to me about the events that we have. Over 3,000 a year. Talk to me more about, in your space, what you're doing.
Yeah, so actually this month I'm going out to Health in Las Vegas, so we're going to be meeting with companies there, but later on in December we're going to be hosting a private company showcase where we're inviting later stage companies to come and present to the New York community of investors as well as the New York bio community. But as you said, these are just great opportunities to bring not only our listed companies together, but also to meet with private companies as well as investors. We sit at this intersection in a very unique spot that we can convene this group of individuals together and really add value to both listed community as well as private companies.
Well, that's what we do here, because it happens here at the NYSE. We love bringing community leaders together and investors and collaborate and really, make the tie between why investment in the healthcare space is so important. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. And I just want to say congratulations to Guardian Pharmacy. It has been a true honor getting to know, first of all, the founders, Fred, David, Kendall, but just in general, the team.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank all of you for watching. Again, this is NYSE TV Live. I'm Trinity Chavez, and we'll see you tomorrow at the opening bell.
In life, I'm reminded that it's not about the destination, it is truly about the journey.
My pleasure to greet you today from the center of the U.S. capital markets here at the New York Stock Exchange.
I want to just take a minute and not just talk to the people that are in the room, but I want to speak to the rest of the team around the globe. These are people that made this happen, and I know that there is no way we would be here if it wasn't for you.
Everyone at Flutter is proud to join such a distinguished list of companies on this great stock exchange.
Not many people get to do something big in this world, and we get to do something truly special.
This is such a wonderful place to both look back and look forward. Look how far we have come. I'm so optimistic about what lies ahead. It has been a privilege to be with you.